Some games didn't just survive the test of time, they straight up ignored it. While most old titles fade into nostalgia, a few PlayStation 2 games still look so damn good they could pass for modern releases. No joke. We're talking about graphics that punched way above their weight, worlds that felt alive before open world was even a thing, and combat systems that were decades ahead. In this video, we're diving into 10 PS2 games that looked the future in the eye, and got there first. If you thought the PS2 was just about blocky characters and blurry textures, think again. These games didn't just push limits, they shattered them. When Final Fantasy XII dropped in, 2006, the PS3 was already knocking on the door. But this game, it showed the world the PS2 wasn't done yet. This wasn't just another fantasy RPG, it looked stunning. Massive open zones, dynamic lighting, crazy detailed character. Mortals, it felt like you were walking through a fully alive world. The Kingdom of Ivalice was packed with personality, from gritty alleyways to sun-soaked deserts. And it wasn't just about looks. Final Fantasy DIG completely flipped the combat system. No more random battles. You had real-time fights, right, in the world you explored, and the Gambit system, total game changer. You could customize how your team behaved in combat, automating tactics like healing, defending, or going full berserker. It felt smart, strategic, fresh. Years later, when the Zodiac Age remaster came out, it was even more obvious. This game was way ahead of its time. The Soul Calibur 3T wasn't just pretty, it was electric. This was the PS2 showing, off in its final years, and it was flexing hard. Each character model was razor sharp, animations flowed like butter, and the arenas, absolute eye candy. From burning temples to snowy fields, every stage felt alive. But the real kicker was the character creation mode. For the first time, you could build your own warrior, pick the gear, the weapon style, even the fighting stance, and then throw them into a story-driven strategy mode called Chronicles of the Sword. It added layers, personality, replay value. Soul Calibur 3 wasn't just a fighting game, it was a whole experience. And even today, it still holds up as one of the most polished fighters. Gran Turismo 4 was the kind of game that made you question if you were still playing on a PS2. Seriously, it supported 1080i resolution on a console from the year 2000. That's wild. Every car was a masterpiece. Every track looked real. From the lighting to the reflections, it all screamed next gen, before next gen existed. And then there was photo mode. You could take your favorite cars, stage them in scenic locations, and snap professional level photos. It wasn't just a gimmick, it started a whole trend in racing games. Gran Turismo 4 wasn't just about racing, it was about capturing love for cars in insane detail. Physics, handling, realism, it nailed it all. To this day, even modern racers look at GT4 and take notes. Okami. Okami didn't try to look real. It looked like art, like actual brushstrokes brought to life. Using a bold, cel-shaded style inspired by Japanese sumie paintings, it turned the entire screen into a moving canvas. But it wasn't just visuals, it was gameplay tied to art. You didn't swing a sword, you painted attacks, drew wind, created bridges. The celestial brush mechanic let you literally reshape the world with ink. It was poetic, creative, and completely different from anything else on the market. While everyone chased realism, Okami proved that style and soul can make a game immortal. The HD remasters only made it clearer. Okami wasn't just beautiful, it was visionary. Rogue Galaxy. Rogue Galaxy is what happens when an RPG decides it's too cool to follow the rules. No loading screens, seamless worlds, bright anime-style visuals that still shine even now. And it all came from Level 5, the team behind Dark Cloud and Dragon Quest Fate. Every planet you visited felt different, alive, massive. The art style wasn't just about looking good, it created an identity. You could jump into battles instantly, explore cities without a pause, and the whole universe just flowed. The weapon fusion system added depth, letting you craft powerful gear by combining old ones. It was addictive, strategic, fun, and when the remastered version dropped on PS4, it looked even sharper without losing its charm. Rogue Galaxy is one of those games that didn't just age well, it never aged at all. Xenosaga went big, like movie big. This wasn't your average JRPG. It had full voice acting, massive cutscenes, and a sci-fi world packed with lore. At a time when most games tossed in a few lines of dialogue, Xenosaga dropped full-blown cinematic sequences, some lasting over 30 minutes. And the visuals, they looked straight out of an anime. Detailed models, expressive faces, and a futuristic vibe that felt epic. The battle system was complex but rewarding, combining traditional turns with deep customization. Xenosaga dared to tell a giant story, even if it meant sacrificing pacing. Not every idea landed, but the ambition was undeniable. It redefined what storytelling in games could look like, long before games like Mass Effect or The Witcher took the spotlight. Valkyrie Profile 2 looked too good for its time. Mythological themes, glowing magic effects, stunning character models. It was pure eye candy. It took the 2D beauty of the original and exploded it into full 3D. But it wasn't just visuals. The Photon system added puzzles to combat. You could freeze enemies, teleport around, and turn a normal fight into a strategy playground. Every environment felt crafted with care. From ancient ruins to icy caves, it oozed atmosphere. The game moved like a dream and looked like a painting. And despite the PS2's limitations, it ran smooth, crisp, and clean. Valkyrie Profile 2 wasn't just good looking, it was mechanically sharp too. Burnout 3 didn't care about realism, it cared about chaos, explosive crashes, slow-motion takedowns, and races where destruction was the goal. This game redefined arcade racing. Every race felt like a demolition derby at warp speed. And the crash mode? A masterpiece. You'd wreck on purpose just to chain insane pileups and rack up points. Then came impact time, where you could steer your wreck midair and aim your destruction. No one had ever done anything like it. And the soundtrack? Pure adrenaline. Punk, rock, energy. It matched the vibe perfectly. Burnout 3 wasn't just about winning. It was about causing beautiful mayhem. Eco is gaming poetry. Quiet, atmospheric, emotional. You're a boy with horns, leading a mysterious girl through a forgotten castle. No dialogue, no HUD, just subtle storytelling and a haunting soundtrack. The way you held Yorda's hand. It meant something. You weren't just playing, you were connecting. The puzzles were clever, the visuals soft and dreamlike. Even with simple textures, the art direction carried it all. And the companion, AI, way ahead of its time. When it got remastered for PS3, the world remembered just how special ICO was. A gentle reminder that games don't need noise to leave an impact. God of War 2, God of War Kani, came at the very end of the PS2's life, and it blew the roof off. Huge bosses, cinematic fights, smooth transitions from gameplay to cutscene without a single pause. The opening fight against the Colossus of Rhodes, legendary. It didn't feel like a PS2 game, it felt like a blockbuster movie you could control. The scale was insane. Kratos would go from slicing minotaurs to climbing gods in seconds. And the fluid combat, still satisfying, still brutal. The devs pushed the PS2 harder than anyone thought possible. God of War Tsuchiyu was a love letter to action games and a mic drop for the console. So, yeah, the PS2 wasn't just a console, it was a revolution. These games didn't just entertain, they innovated, inspired, and proved that great design lasts forever. Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments and let's talk.